Okay, this is the third video segment of the three that I'm going to be making for design table. Two of them are already posted, and this is the third one. So you can see this geometry here, and we're supposed to be making this a design table for this part. Okay, so let me go ahead and start a Catia part file. And right away save it. So file, save management, save as, on the desktop, a new folder, problem 3. And we save it there. Alright, we're going to be making some nominal part here. So on this horizontal plane, I will sketch. Well, I need to make this, let's see now, I want to make this this piece here, okay, this piece. So it's a slice of pizza, let's think about it like that. And the different ways of doing it, I will leave it to you to decide how you want to do that, but this is how I'm going to proceed. Here and there, and then a circle. And of course I have to do a quick trim to get rid of all the stuff that I don't want. I don't want that, or that, or that. So there's a slice of pizza. Now the center of these, these two circles, must be on a different circle. So same radius from the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle here. But I'm going to turn this into a construction entity. So select this thing and turn it to construction right here in sketch tool, make it construction. So it becomes a dashed line. You can use it for construction purposes, but it's not going to participate in the padding operations or whatever you want to do. All right, so let's make the first circle. Now this is not construction. Okay, so first circle is going to be somewhere here. Notice that I made sure that the center of it was on that construction one. And another one I'm going to make it here. Now, of course, ultimately these two radii are going to be the same, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay. Then I also have some information about these angles. Okay, these two angles must be the same, and this must be beta. Okay, alpha, and beta. All right. So in order for me to define those angles, I need some construction line here. So from here, for example, to there, and from here to there. These are construction entities because they're used for dimensioning angle. And that one. Oops. Select this, make it construction. Okay, now let us dimension stuff. Okay, so where's the dimension? Right there. Okay. This radius ultimately is going to be my R2. This is R, and so is this one. Of course, eventually these are going to be the same. Okay. What else do we have? The radius of this construction circle. If you look at the setup here, the radius of that construction circle is your R1. It will be your R1. That's why I'm dimensioning it. And now I want some angle dimensions too. So let me see now. The angle between this line and that construction line, eventually that's going to be alpha. I need angle between this and that line, eventually that's going to be beta. And that and this eventually is going to be alpha. All right, so let's see now what we got here. Let's exit. Now, if I pad this, there's going to be holes here. But there's something called multipath. And I'm not saying this is the best way of doing the problem. I'll let you to experiment with different things that you can do. So under this toolbar that has pad in it, there's multipath. and it tells you that there are 3 circles involved in there are 3 curves involved in that sketch. So this one is the one on the outside, the big one, and if you look at your diagram, actually that is 2. That is 2. Okay. And then if you look at the other one, this is going to be the small circle here. And if you look at your sketch, that's going to be 4. It's a constant value. It's not one of my parameters. Constant value 4. And this one is the other circle, which is also 4. These two will not change. Okay, but I mean, in principle, it could be that those are parameters too, and you have to modify your program. Okay, now remember, these two have to be the same radius and the angles must be the same, etc. But before doing that, let me add material on this because my design table requires some material. So metal, I'll make it brass. This is the dummy material. All right, so save it. And now remember, you have to go to your design table icon, which is in the knowledge toolbar. And second radio button, because you're creating Excel file, you don't have it, and you say OK. And Catia is going to say, OK, what do you want to put in your Excel spreadsheet? Well, obviously all the stuff that I renamed. Oh, I haven't renamed anything. Sorry, cancel. Because I haven't renamed my dimensions. So go back to f of x right there, and click on the part. Anything that you dimension is going to be appearing here, okay? For example, now incidentally, if this is bothering you, you can always, let me see, hide the path. Now the only problem with hiding the path, the sketch is going to be hidden too. Okay, so let's see now. Let me hide, let me see if I can hide the path by itself. Yeah, good. Okay, you see that. The sketch is there. Let me show the sketch. There we are. Well, if you could have done it without hiding stuff, just go ahead and do it. Doesn't matter. Okay, first of all, this radius. If you look at the problem statement, this is R. Apply. The only problem is that this is also R, but if I select this and try to rename it, it's going to complain because it says you can't have 2 things with the same name. Let me show you. Select this. Let me also change this thing to be R. And then you say up. It's going to come back. You can't do that. That makes sense. Okay, good. So the way we're going to do this was R. This, we cannot call it R. I'm going to say this is equal to R. So you select that dimension. You say add a formula equal to R and say OK. You select this radius. That, if you look at the sketch, problem statement, that is your R, that's the radius of the construction circle, which is R1. Apply. This one is R2, the radius of the slice of pizza. R2, apply. This is the angle alpha, apply. This is the angle beta, apply. Now this one, the magnitude of it is also equal to alpha. The only problem is I cannot rename it to be alpha. What I need to do is to say this angle equal to that angle. Okay, so you select this, add a formula equal to, if you remember what your rename parameters were, just type in. Obviously it was alpha, but if you don't remember, just select rename and filter it according to rename parameters, and then there is alpha. So basically you have 2 equations and some parameters. Okay. Oh yeah, let's filter this thing with strings. Where are the strings? Strings right there. So this thing is I'm gonna call it mat, M-A-T. If you look at your design table, you see that It was called math. In the other two examples, two video segments, I call it my math, but it doesn't matter. Call it math. Okay. Apply. And then this is going to be serial number. Serial number. Apply. And we say OK. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake here or forgot to save stuff in case things crash, then obviously I'm going to lose it, but let's do that. Let's save everything. And incidentally, let me bring up my my padding to the show mode. I'm going to hide the sketch. Okay, there we are. And notice that, remember I made these two the same and those two angles the same. It's already taking effect. Okay. But now we go and create our design table right there. Click on the design table, create with current parameter values, and it says, what do you want to put in that design table? If I say renamed, the first column is going to be serial number, second column is going to be material. According to the table that I gave you, the next one is going to be R1, the next one is going to be R2, then it comes R, and then it comes alpha, and then beta, and then we say OK. Where do you want to put it? In the folder problem 3. Keep the name of the table, Excel spreadsheet, whatever you want. I'll call it design table 1. Now remember, the other two examples that I did were also design table 1, but in different folders. This is why it's important to organize your work on a test. Otherwise, you're going to overwrite stuff. All right, so let's see now. Okay, so we're going to edit our table. In other words, adding the entries of the table that we want. So I'm going to follow this table. I'm not going to bring it up again. So it's going to be 100A. Material is iron. R1 is 3. R2 is 5. Now remember, if you put random numbers here, eventually it's going to fall apart. So sometimes I make mistake and I put numbers that are not right, and that makes the sketch collapse, but I think this one is okay. Alpha is 20 degrees, we'll find out. Alpha is 20 degrees and beta is 30 degrees. Okay. Then it's 100, or actually 200A. It's just a name. Okay, and then copper, uppercase, C, or lowercase, and then 2, and then 6, 1, 30, and 30. And the final row is 300A, gold, 3 inches, and then 10 inches, and then 2 inches. Alpha is 45, and beta is 90. Okay, good. So save everything. Hopefully there were no mistakes made here. And then you remember you have to close this, wait for the report box to show up, and then you say OK. Now let's find out. So let's move this thing on the side. First one is the nominal one. The second one, you select it, you say apply. Notice that serial number changed, material type changed, and the dimensions are what I gave in this table. Next row, apply. Oops, there may be a problem with my table. So let's find out what the issue is. We can do it right now. Go to the sketch and you can see what happens. This value of R2, the radius of the construction table is small so that these will touch it. So I'm going to change the R2. I'm going to change the R2 by going to for that particular sketch. So let's go to the design table, R2. Oops, that was this row. So edit table. Let's see what the issue is. R1. Yeah, it's R1 actually, not R2. The radius of design, the radius of that construction one is the the R1. So I'm going to change this thing to, obviously you can see that the 2 doesn't work, okay? So I'm going to change this thing to, let's try 4. Let's see how it works. Save it, and I'm pretty sure the next row is also going to have a problem, because the next row is R1 is too small when you, well, we'll find out. Okay, so close that, find out. Okay, apply, there we are. You see, I have a feeling that there is a problem with the second one also. The third row, apply. No, it's okay. That was okay. I was just lucky that these didn't get too close to the edges. Okay, so everything is good. Everything is good. Material is changing, name is changing, and dimensions are changing as I wanted to. So that takes care of this last video segment on design table using renaming. Save everything,